It's the apocalypse, with extreme weather raging. I'm at home feasting on lobster and drinking red wine. Meanwhile, the neighborhood group is streaming a desperate cry for help. Does anyone have any compressed biscuits left? My kid's crying nonstop from hunger. Please, just give me a cup of water. 1 cup is all I need. I stare at these messages and stay unfazed. The zombie apocalypse has broken out. Who'd want to be a hero here? Not me. When the apocalypse hit last time, some people sold their daughters for a bite of food. Others looted, killed, and even used people as food reserves. In a world like this, conscience means nothing. This time around, I'm keeping my mom and dad alive no matter what. I call my parents first to fill them in and tell them to prepare 500 pounds of pork sausage back home and 500 pounds of vacuum-sealed bacon to bring over. My parents are totally on board. I tell them my apocalypse plan and how I'm fortifying the house. We waste no time. The next day, we split up, rent a truck, and I head straight to the nearest Sam's Club warehouse and start buying everything in sight. Vacuum-sealed rice and flour, absolute essentials, so I stock up. Cooking oil, walnut oil, olive oil, salt, oyster sauce, soy sauce, vinegar, all kinds of seasonings go on my list too. Canned beef, canned spam, canned fish, all kinds of canned meats. Canned peaches, oranges, kiwis, apples, every kind of fruit can. Instant meals, self-heating food, snail noodles, duck blood soup, dry noodles, chongqing noodles. I grab it all. I also get nut gift sets, pistachios, almonds, pecans, cashews, all of them. Soy milk powder, black sesame paste, hericium mushroom porridge, plenty of breakfast foods too. I'm buying everything by the case, so I talk to the Sam's manager and have them pull the freshest stock straight from the warehouse. As a big customer, they agree right away. I check the truck's space and load up dozens of cases of bottled water. I pass the milk section and almost grab dozens of cases, but hold back. Milk expires way too fast. But we still need dairy, so I get powdered milk instead. It lasts at least 2 years, way longer than regular milk. As long as it has calcium, it works. Money's useless now. No one knows how long the zombie virus will last, so I only buy stuff with long shelf lives. One big shopping spree later, and 30,000 bucks is gone. I load everything onto the truck with the Sam's staff, and my arms are completely worn out. Sam's worker, Miss Jung, all your items are loaded up. Out of curiosity, he asks, why are you buying so much stuff? Me. My company's doing charity. All this is for kids in mountain areas. I use my pre-planned excuse and he buys it completely. On the way home, I pass a pharmacy, park the car, and stock up on multivitamins. Fruit can't be grown and spoils fast, so we'll need these for nutrients later on. Even if my mom already got some, you can never have too many. The pharmacy girl wonders why I'm buying so much, so I use the same charity lie to brush her off. It's dark by the time I get home. Mom and dad are waiting in the garage to unload. Luckily, it's a private garage, and we make dozens of trips to empty the truck. We carry everything to the empty rooms we set aside. The north-facing room holds the bottled water. Rice goes there too, and all the long-lasting canned goods go straight to the attic. Every storage room has sturdy shelves fixed to the walls. Mom organizes everything by type, expiration date, and production date. It looks perfect for anyone who loves order. Dad had air purifiers installed that afternoon, and all our appliances are switched to solar power now. Time is tight. We have to test everything before chaos breaks out, and luckily it all works fine. Once everything's put away, we sit in the living room and tally up our supplies. 100 jugs of water, 50 in the attic, and 50 in the downstairs bedroom. Spreading out the weight, 30 cases of canned meat, 24 cans per case. 1 case of each flavor. 40 cases of canned fruit, 24 cans per case. 1 case of each flavor. 30 bags of rice, 10 pounds each. 20 bags of flour, 10 pounds per bag. No need to ask why less flour than rice. My family just eats more rice. Plus, even vacuum-sealed rice and flour only last so long. My mother-in-law called me barren in front of the whole neighborhood. She even brought home his pregnant mistress right in front of me. But I didn't cry or throw a fit. They had no idea. I was the one who signed the papers for my husband's sterilization 3 years ago. In the neighborhood square, my mother-in-law threw fake photos of me cheating right in my face. You cheating slut? You're lucky you can even walk out of here. The second she said that, all the neighbors swarmed around me, blocking me in completely. Insults and whispers crashed over me like a wave. Just then, my dear husband, Lu Zhengting, pushed through the crowd. He looked like a typical government hotshot. Seeing the mess, his eyes teared up and he faked a heavy sigh. He held out some papers to me. Wan, just sign this. Let's end this nicely. Don't make a scene. The baby Suman's carrying can't wait. I still have to keep my reputation at work. Looking at his fake nice act made my stomach turn. Right after, a pregnant woman walked over shyly and hid weakly behind Lu Zhengting. Lu Zhengting hurried to cover for her. Everyone, don't get the wrong idea. This is Suman, a distant cousin from the countryside here for treatment. Hiding in his shadow, Suman smirked at me and even rubbed her belly on purpose. When his mom saw that, she raised her voice. You're living in my family's house! You gonna make my grandson stay homeless? Get out of this penthouse now! A second later, a suited man stepped up. He was the lawyer Lu Zhengting hired. In his hand was a loan contract with a red fingerprint on it. Ms. Lin, this 800,000 RMB loan has your signature. It's joint marital debt. Mr. Lu says if you give up this 2.8 million RMB penthouse and leave with nothing, he'll take on the debt alone. What a cruel family. Not only did they let his mistress move in, they faked debt with a lawyer to steal my house and ruin my life. With everyone judging me, I didn't lose my temper or shed a single tear. I stared at Suman's proud belly, and the whole thing felt completely absurd. The crowd watching in the square slowly left. In the parking garage, Lu Zhengting, his mom, and that sleazy lawyer trapped me right by my car door. I had nowhere to run. I quietly put my hand behind my back and hit record on my phone. When I looked up again, my eyes were red, like I'd completely broken down. Zhengting, after 5 years together, you're gonna use a fake 800K loan to ruin me? I really don't have that kind of money. When I begged like that, Lu Zhengting relaxed. He glanced around to make sure no one was watching. Then he dropped the nice act entirely. Wan, I hate that it's come to this. Sign the paper, sign the penthouse over to me, and I'll wipe out that 800K debt. It won't touch you. Let's at least end this like civilized people. I hung my head and bit my lip hard. Blackmailing your wife with fake debt to take her house? That's the perfect confession to send you to jail, Lu Zhengting. You just handed me the rope. Half an hour later, I went back to my penthouse. I locked myself in the bathroom and stared at my dry-eyed reflection. It was ridiculous. This 2.8 million penthouse downtown? My parents sold 2 family houses to pay for every penny of it. Lu Zhengting never paid for a single tile in this place. Now he thinks he can just take it. Even more absurd, that baby she's using to force me out. 3 years ago, Lu Zhengting had a severe case of epididymitis. He was too proud to go to the hospital and missed his chance for treatment. It caused permanent, irreversible damage. I signed the papers for his removal surgery that night. He's completely sterile. He can't have kids at all. So where did this precious grandson she's bragging about even come from? Just then, I heard the code lock on my front door beeping as someone forced it open. Then, crash. The heavy front door slammed open. My mother-in-law's loud, rude voice filled the living room. Come in, honey. You sleep in the south master bedroom tonight. Let's see that barren bitch stop you. I dried my hands emotionlessly and walked out of the bathroom. In the living room, my mother-in-law was carrying in bags of stuff. Suman threw her purse on my carpet like she owned the place. She plopped down on my leather sofa, rubbed her belly openly and said, Linwan, get me warm water. 95 degrees exactly. Don't burn the baby. She laid the whole innocent act on thick. Zhengting followed them in, acting all timid. He cared way too much about his image as a respectable government guy to let us fight. The first thing I did after rebirth was to get away from my CEO husband by any means necessary. In my past life, I married him recklessly, just because I was drawn to his looks. After we got married, I never felt a single day of his love. Instead, I had to put up with his first love's taunts and harassment. So when I came back, I made a deal with his first love. Every time I set them up, she'd pay me cash. When my husband asked me to the movies, I gave his tickets to his first love. When he said he'd come home for dinner, I locked the door on purpose. I forced him to stay at his first love's place instead. My husband was getting transferred to Beiping and could bring one family member. I didn't hesitate to give that spot to his first love. When he got home, he found his annoying wife no longer clung to him. I didn't even make a fuss when he forgot our anniversary to be with her. Instead, I applied to study abroad, planning to dedicate my life to my country after graduation. When his friends joked they were the perfect couple, I didn't argue. I decided to file for a forced divorce. I'd set them up for good. I stopped caring where he went or what he did. I just waited for my divorce to be approved. Then I'd walk away from this messed up three-way mess for good. The next day, I went to the marriage registration office alone. Excuse me, I'd like to file for a forced divorce. I pulled out the paperwork I'd prepared and handed it over. The clerk checked it carefully, then looked at me seriously. Ma'am, we've received your application. If you don't withdraw it within a month, the divorce will be finalized. I nodded and thanked them, then grabbed my bag and walked out. By evening, the sun was setting, painting the sky bright red. A soft breeze blew, cooling the air down. People leaving the factory rode their Phoenix bikes in groups, ringing their bells as they passed me. No one could guess I'd been reborn. In my past life, Zhang Xian and I were deeply in love. After we married, we moved to the family quarters. He was busy with work, but he always rushed home to eat with me right after his missions. He remembered every anniversary and birthday, got me gifts, and gave me plenty of money every month. Everyone in the compound envied me. They said I'd married a great guy, and our relationship was perfect. But only I knew there was always a third person between us. Li Xinhua was the sister of Zhang Xian's best friend. On my birthday, he left me to go shopping with her. When I was sick, he left me to take care of her since she was scared of thunder. When I had a stomach ache, he left me to comfort her when she was sad. Whenever the three of us ate out, he always ordered spicy food, her favorite. He never remembered I couldn't eat spicy food because of my stomach. When we went hiking, she lost her balance and pulled me down with her. We both scraped our arms, but he immediately helped her down the mountain. I had to go to the hospital alone in the middle of the night. Stuff like that happened all the time. I wasn't just jealous. I fought with him about it, even offered half our family's money. I just wanted Li Xinhua to be set for life so Zhang Xian would stay away from her. But his excuse was always the same, and it was ridiculous. I only see Xinhua as a little sister. Her brother died saving me. She has no one else but me. Stop being so unreasonable, okay? That's what he said, but the way Li Xinhua looked at him was full of obvious love. I lived like that my whole past life, fighting non-stop. This time around, I refused to be stuck in a love triangle. The first thing I did after rebirth was end this marriage for good. If Zhang Xian knew what I was planning, he'd never sign the divorce papers. So, I went to the registration office to file for a forced divorce. It only takes one person to apply. Once we're divorced, I'll finally be free. I'm leaving here to live my own life, never wasting another second on this man. But I stopped short when I reached the compound gate. Zhang Xian made me quit my job after we married. I had no income at all. I couldn't even afford a bus ticket out of here, let alone support myself later on. Zhang Xian gave me money, but I had to tell him exactly what every penny was for. If I suddenly needed a large sum, he'd definitely get suspicious. So where was I gonna get the cash? I thought it over and made a bold decision. I'd team up with Li Xinhua, who'd been crushing on him, and hand Zhang Xian over to her myself. I knocked on her door, no fake small talk at all. I got straight to the point. Li Xinhua, I know you like Zhang Xian. I want to make a deal with you. From now on, I'll set you two up every chance I get. In return, you pay me after each time. In a month, I'll be out of your lives for good. Li Xinhua stared at me in shock. After a moment, she snapped out of it. Zhou Jixue, are you kidding me? Why would I like Brother Xian? I smirked coldly. You know I'm not joking. Seeing how sure I was, Li Xinhua quietly sized me up. She scoffed. Fine, I do like Zhang Xian, but why should I trust you? I stayed calm. I'll prove it to you. I'll send him your way tonight. Go ahead and make his favorite dishes. I didn't wait for her reaction and just turned and left. The maid greeted me as soon as I opened the front door. She took my bag and asked, "Ma'am, what should I make for dinner tonight?" I glanced at the wall clock and said flatly, "Just make some light dishes. Only enough for one person." The doorbell rang sharp at 9:10 p.m. A second later, someone walked in. I was eating when I looked up. The man who walked in had sharp, handsome features. He looked imposing, his dark eyes cold and stern. Zhang Xian walked toward me, taking off his coat and handing it to the maid. When he saw the food on the table wasn't to his taste, he froze mid-step. "Why is the food so plain tonight?" Back before, this kind of meal never would have been served. Even if there was a mistake, I'd immediately cook him spicy dishes. But this time I didn't move an inch. I just spoke calmly. "I haven't had much of an appetite lately. I just want something light. Just to survive in that Myanmar scam compound, I slept with countless men. Until I got pregnant that day. They locked me in a water dungeon, tortured me non-stop, then suddenly unlocked my chains. Just when I thought I could make a run for it. Don't touch that fence. It's a trap. It's hooked up to high-voltage electricity. They just want to watch you get electrocuted for fun. Who are you? I'm the thing inside your belly. To be more exact, your unborn daughter. My baby's a girl? You better decide fast. A guy named Lu Chen is on his way, and he's got no patience. He loves watching women struggle in water. What should I do? Easy. Pretend to pass out, dunk your head underwater. Hold your breath and count to 10, then come back up. Act like you slipped in by accident. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He stopped and is watching you. Good, keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10. Suchin, thought you were tough? Can't even handle this little pain? Pull her up. Ignore him, keep shaking. Suchin, I'm giving you one last chance. Make the call, or I'll turn you and that bastard in your belly into fertilizer here. Now's your chance. Don't let that guard Ahu know. He stole 20,000 yen from yesterday's earnings and hid it under his mattress. What? Hurry up and say it. You want to get tortured to death here, Mom? The money? You finally get it? No, it's Ahu. You're lying. Ahu stole 20,000 yuan yesterday and hid it under his dorm mattress. Boss Lu, don't listen to this woman. She's just trying to turn us against each other. Go check. Mr. Lu, we found the money. It matches the amount exactly. Ahu! What's the most important rule around here? Follow the rules. No breaking them. Good, you remember. Take him away. How did you know this? Tell him your grandma appeared to you in a dream. Say your ancestors were fortune tellers, and you were born able to see things others can't. It's my grandma. I see her when I'm dying. She knows everything. Interesting. Take her to the third-floor room and get a doctor to check on her. Don't let anything happen to her. Someone this interesting would be a waste to lose. Get some rest. Boss Lu said no one's gonna touch you until you're better. I was getting a thermage treatment at the beauty salon when my best friend called. I was at the car dealership just now, and I saw your husband buying a car for some side chick. You gonna come confront him? I've got better things to do. I just had a baby not long ago. After my facial, I have yoga class, then a yacht party at 7. I don't have time for this nonsense. After the party, I headed home in my stilettos. My mom opened the door holding the baby, looking me up and down. It's only been 2 months, and you're almost back to your pre-pregnancy body. I touched my flat stomach and smiled. The high-paid nutritionist and fitness trainer didn't let me down. My mom glanced at me, proud but a little sad. Jie Jing stopped by earlier. I took the baby, played with him for a bit, then just casually said, "Oh, he left right after he found out you weren't home." My mom stared at me and asked, "Are you really getting a divorce from him?" I froze for a second, looked up at her and smiled faintly. "No, I'm not. I'm moving back tomorrow." My mom looked surprised, then nodded. "Looks like you've made up your mind. I'm glad to hear that." The next day, I packed my things, took the kids with the nanny, and went back to Jie Jing's villa. My oldest daughter was asleep, and the baby was put to bed by the nanny. Finally having some time to myself, I took a nice aromatherapy bath. I sat down at my vanity when Jie Jing walked in. "You're home," he said. I just hummed quietly. Then I started my usual skincare routine. He stared at me. "You're not mad anymore?" I smiled softly. "Nope. I've thought a lot lately. Guys as successful as you always have women on the side. I was being too dramatic before, making a big fuss over everything. Don't worry, it won't happen again. I'll be a good wife from now on." He looked stunned, staring at me in shock. I kept massaging my eyes. Once I finished my face, I said calmly, "It's late. Let's get some sleep." I stood up and he pulled me into his arms. I gently moved his hand off my waist. "Go take a shower," I said. "You smell like smoke." Early the next morning, I met with my financial advisor. I used the money my dad left me, bought some gold, some fixed-term investments, and kept the rest to buy storefronts later to keep my money growing. Then I went to the notary public to set up a will. If I die unexpectedly, all my assets go to my mom and my 2 kids. If she's gone, everything goes to the kids. The clerk asked, "What about your husband?" I smiled. "My husband's way richer than me. He won't care about my little fortune." I got home at 6. As I changed my shoes by the door, I was surprised to see Jie Jing there. He's usually out late working. "Why are you home so early?" I asked casually. "It's Sunday." His eyes fell on the bags in my hand. "What's this?" "I bought a few storefronts. Think they'll go up in value?" Jie Jing took the contracts and studied them carefully. "They're good. The coastal district's a major new development zone. It'll blow up in a few years." I nodded, relieved. I brought my shopping bags to the bedroom and started sorting everything out. Jie Jing was standing next to me before I knew it, but I didn't even glance at him. I stopped when my phone notified me of a new message. It was from my daughter's elementary school teacher.